they watching, I'ma make them sweat. Put your money down, place your bets. Degenerate, yeah, I'm a sicko. Who else gon' get you to the window? I know they watching, I'ma make them sweat. Put your money down, place your bets.
Welcome to Graybo's Giblets, part of the NoOffSeason.com Sports Card Network. Here we are for our college football lock show, week 11. We're out here dropping giblets. I'm your host, Graybo, joined always by Denny one time and Fitz. How we doing today, boys?
Feeling great.
I am ready to rebound.
Not the greatest week?
No, but that, you know what they call this week is the get right week.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to get right this week.
And we have a lot of games to cover. A great betting week. Yeah, last week wasn't great for me. Bama saved me. This week we have some great games. The chaos is about to get real. We have the top 5 teams all undefeated. We have everyone in the top 10 only has one loss. We got Penn State, Michigan, Ole Miss, and Georgia. What are you guys excited for this weekend?
Yeah, I've been in the lab trying to with the pen and the pad, trying to get my damn bankroll back up. I am looking forward to obviously the Penn State Michigan game. Ole Miss Georgia in the afternoon is going to be fun. Then we got some late night Pac-12 games. So a nice little slate of games this week.
Great slate. Fitz, What about this sign stealing? We're gonna have Michigan and Ohio State get suspended right before
Be awesome.
the college football playoffs.
I love chaos.
What are you looking forward to, Fitz?
Yeah, I agree with Denny. Nice spread out slate. Ole Miss Georgia is the highlight for me. I'm also looking forward to the Hokies. As Duke always says, nobody walks into Chestnut Hill and pushes around the Eagles.
Chestnut Hill.
But I do. The Hokies have to win this one to stay bowl eligible, something that JMU is not, which is an absolute crime. So hopefully the NCAA takes on that appeal and lets those boys play.
I feel like, right, that was news. They wouldn't take it, and now they're taking it after they see JMU winning all these games, and they're going to get crap for it. Is that why they're taking it? Why did they not take it in the first place?
I don't understand the whole rule. You're coming up from a lesser division. Wouldn't it make more sense if you were dropping down to a division you wouldn't be eligible?
Right.
How are you penalizing a team coming
It's just
up?
the NCAA is a culture of grumpy old men making rules.
Saw it with Bellarmine. NCAA basketball won their conference, didn't even get to go to the NCAA tournament. Shame.
Shame. Shame.
Shame. All right, well, let's get to the board. Let's get right this week, Denny. Same with me. Fitz, how'd you do betting-wise?
Pretty good.
Yeah, I think you did.
Good,
I think you did.
Pick 'em
All
week.
right, you got to brag about that.
I'm
Let
humble.
us know. Let us know. All right, remember, you can go on Whatnot, get $15 on Whatnot by joining through whatnot.sportscardstrategy.com. $15 on Whatnot. All right, here we go. We got some plays. We're starting with Denny. He needs to get right this week. Went 0-3 last week. 0-3.
That's really bad.
That's a problem.
That is a massive problem.
He is 10-14 on the year. 10-14 on the year, but he's close to 500. If he goes 3-0 this week, we're right back there. We're right back, and I think he has some winners for us. What we got, Denny?
Yeah, I can't imagine a scenario where these three don't win. So, all right, so let's go with my San Jose State Spartans -1 versus Fresno State. It's a letdown spot for Fresno. San Jose State has been hot. They're at home. They've just been on a roll the last few weeks, and I hope they keep that train rolling. Second, going with Texas Tech. This line has moved so much, which it gives me more points, which is great, but it's also a sign of everybody else disagrees with me. But Texas Tech is now getting 8.5 versus Kansas. Texas Tech should be able to move the ball against the Kansas defense. Kansas is giving up a lot of touchdowns in the red zone. Texas Tech is a team on the rise, and man, 8.5 all day.
What was it?
4.
4. Jeez.
We're gonna get to the cover 3 spread from your sheet shows 4.
I'm about to switch to Kansas at 4.
And I kept googling this morning, did somebody get hurt that I don't know about? and I couldn't find anything.
It's just, well, I mean, Jalen Daniels hasn't played in forever, and the Bean kid's just as good. He's good.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's nothing.
All right, and finally, my third game. Give me the UNLV Running Rebels -5.5 at home versus Wyoming. UNLV has been great against the spread this year. Their offensive coordinator doing a fantastic job with that offense. Like, he's in line to get a big job next year somewhere. Wyoming has not been good outside of Laramie. Fun fact, Gray, I applied to grad school at 2 places: Virginia Commonwealth University and UNLV.
Of course,
got
for your
accepted.
poker.
I got accepted, and I had this life-altering decision I had to make. Do I, stay in Virginia, roots, family, whatever, or do I pursue Las Vegas and all that has to offer in the
Oh,
poker
my gosh.
world? And I chose Virginia. So here we are. So because of that, I met your sister, met you. Now Graybo's.
Look at that. Thank goodness.
What would y'all be doing if I was in UNLV?
Oh, I don't know.
Selling filters.
teaching the youth.
Well, anyway, so funny how things work out.
I love it. I did not know that about you. You learn something every day.
Fun fact.
That is a fun fact. Did you just apply there because of Las Vegas?
Yes.
And, like, you could do your poker thing?
Yep, and they happen to have a business school, like an MBA program. Yep.
That's awesome. Was it?
Life choice.
Are you regretting that decision?
No, because I'm alive, and if I was in Las Vegas right now, that's what y'all would be doing. I would be dead in a ditch, and y'all know that is true.
And you're married to Jess Dotson.
Absolutely.
Just great decision. Great decision.
Agreed.
All right, I like those picks. Fitz is 11-13 on the year, but he went 3-0 last week.
So hot right now.
With Kansas State plus 4.5 and Arkansas plus 6.5. Arkansas won outright. Kansas State should have won outright against Texas. So Fitz, let's keep it rolling. And you're creeping back to that 500 mark. You with 3 big wins, you're right back. You're right back there. You're in it. 11-13. So what we got?
Yeah.
Let's keep riding, Fitz.
Do it again. I'm going to start with TCU plus 12.5 at home against Texas.
My Texas?
Your Texas.
Ooh.
Your Quinn Ewers.
Quinn is back, I think.
He is back. But the Horned Frogs own Texas. And I don't think they'll win, but I think they can cover 12.5.
That's a big number.
Did you guys see the goal line stand last week? Texas to hold off. They should have lost that game, and they've been out of all the everything.
Yep.
And so that kind of goal line stand means, you know what that means? Fate is on their side. Quinn Ewers is back.
Yeah.
They're going to the playoffs.
Me and Fitz were too busy winning the Ryder Cup.
Yeah.
Well, like
So we didn't get to watch anything. So
first and goal in the 3, and they stopped him 4 times.
Wow. Shout out Bavosa, our UPS guy, calling me right now.
What's up, Bavosa?
Take it.
All right, let's keep going. I like this second pick, actually, a lot.
Gray's Huskies minus 8.5 versus Utah at home. Utah, I'm taking this because Utah's on the road, and Penix is going to win the Heisman. It's as simple as that.
Ooh, who took Penix to win the Heisman future? This guy.
You did?
This guy, yeah. We need to go back to our preview show and kind of look at our bets. I think I might do that this week and just see what we put down.
I would love to. All the futures.
All the futures. I think I still am holding on to Colorado under 4.5. I think they're right at 4. So it's like very
That
like
looked dead after week 3.
I know, but I knew they had a hard schedule.
Bosa calling me now. Must be important.
Yeah. We'll get. Let's see if he calls Denny next.
The Bavosa hat trick.
All right, so we got Washington, and then the next one. Who you got?
My Wildcats, Arizona minus 10. This one has moved 4 points already, but Colorado cannot stop anything. And I support Graybo and his Colorado under. So
There you go. I love it. Isn't it? And in Arizona, I actually think it's Arizona and Duke's UNLV team that are like 8-1 against the spread.
Mm-hmm.
They both are very good against the spread. And fun fact, Arizona is also 8-1 with unders. That's a fun fact. A little giblet for you. All right. I am 12-11 overall after going 1-2 last week. Bama, like I said, saved me. Iowa State and another Big Ten. I'm done betting Big Ten overs and unders because I took an under in a Big Ten and lost. Illinois and Minnesota scored a lot of points. And guess what? I say that, and I'm taking a Big Ten under. Because Michigan and Penn State under 45. We saw Penn State and Ohio State. It was a defensive battle. Michigan, very good defensively. Penn State, very good defensively. I think Michigan does have a better offense than Penn State, but I do think this is going to be back and forth. It's at Penn State, so I do like that under 45. And Penn State's team total is 19.5. I actually like that under as well. I do believe it's going to be close, but if it is a blowout, it's not going to be Penn State blowing out Michigan. It's going to be Michigan blowing out Penn State. So I also like that line -4.5. I think Michigan's really good. I don't know with all this sign stealing and where their head's at, but I do think they're a really good team. Georgia, -10.5. Don't think about it. I think Ole Miss is overrated. Georgia's starting to play some football. Earlier in the year, we bet on Georgia, and they weren't blowing teams out. This is Georgia at home under the lights. Kiffin, he hates to he makes some decisions that it'll be 4th and 5 on their own 40, and he'll go for it down a touchdown, and then it turns into Georgia being up 14. So I like the Bulldogs to get that game at halftime. I like the first half too at -6.5 if you can get it. And then this one I was going back and forth with. I just think there's a lot of points. They fired the defensive coordinator. I think they're going to play. The defense is going to play inspired. Seeing that line, 15.5 USC plus 15.5.
That's a disgrace.
That's crazy against Oregon. And it still scares me how bad the defense is. And Oregon's very good. But I'm going to take that number. Caleb Williams is a good quarterback. They have a good offense. But can they stop a couple drives? We will see. So I'm going to take USC 15.5. All right. Let's go to the upset of the week. And you can get 10% off any purchase at Graybos.co by using the promo code STRATEGY2023. Who is your dog of the week? Let's recap last week. Fitz is back. You are back. All the way back. He's in the lead with 62 points. He had a great week. Took Clemson plus 3.5. Got the win outright against Notre Dame.
Dabo got that
He did. Me and after Denny was calling him out for being corny, he got a big win. Did he do any dances?
Man, I mean, he had to go over there. He's like strutting around the field. Like, he proved all his haters wrong.
Yeah.
He's like 500. Get out of here, man.
Yeah. Denny took Marshall plus 4. That was an L. Maryland plus 10.5. That was a big L for me. Penn State blew him out. So, Denny's at 49.5 points. I'm at 32.5. Fitz has kind of separated himself a little bit at 62. So, let's start with our leader. Who's your dog of the week?
Okay. Well, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
go
you're
ahead,
not
Lee. Go ahead.
Whoa.
I'm so used to that being me. My bad.
I'm going to go Mizzou plus 2 at home against Tennessee. I think this is going to be a fun game. Two pretty good offenses going back and forth. I was impressed with Mizzou against Georgia last week. Tennessee, they like about UConn. So I'm just going to go Mizzou here. I think they just win it.
Yeah, I like that. Like, I've been down on Tennessee for most of the year. Missouri is just surprising that they are ascending. Think about like how hard that is. You go, hey, you're going to go to the SEC, and you're going to play against all these teams that are already have 50 years of history ahead of you. Top coaches in the country, and you're going to somehow inch your way up that ladder. That's amazing. So good for them. I am going to take New Mexico State. They're getting 4.5 from Western Kentucky. Just like UNLV, New Mexico State has been dynamite against the spread this year. They've got the reason why is I think the main reason their quarterback Diego Pavia isn't like the prettiest display of quarterbacking, but he finds a way to get it done. He's like a young Keith Harvey.
I like that name.
Yeah.
Diego.
Yeah, Keith Harvey, and you put the ball in his hand, and you're like, this guy does not look like an athlete, and somehow he just finds a way to move the chains. And this guy, Diego Pavia, keeps doing that, especially down the stretch at the end of games. So that is my underdog of the week.
All right. I'm going with the Mean Green at SMU, but SMU doesn't have their starting quarterback.
Stone.
He is hurt.
Stone's out.
Night game, Mean Green likes to muck it up, but I don't like the way the line's going. It's now 18.5. Can I get that, or do I have to stay at 17?
You can grab it.
Can I grab that?
Yeah, I mean, whenever.
Yeah.
whenever
I haven't
great.
bet it yet.
We'll bet it now.
Yeah, I'm gonna bet
Just,
it now.
just say bet.
Yeah, bet.
Bet.
18.5 now. Love it even more. North Texas plus 18.5. SMU has been a wagon offensively, and their quarterback's out. It's a night game. It's Friday night. Scary things happen. North Texas plus 18.5. I'm just trying to get some points, and I want to take a big dog just in case they get that big upset. That's a big swing right there. So I like North Texas to at least cover. Let's get some points. All right, cover 3. We've been on fire. Fitz has now reached the 200 mark, plus 200 after going 3-0. He was on fire in college football this week. Kansas State, Army with his plus 38.5 outright win. Oklahoma State, dogs winning outright. Unbelievable. We'll see where he goes with this week. Denny 1-2 last week. Took the L's with Georgia and Tulane. Washington got you 6.5. You're at plus 144, which is still great. I went 2-1, but only got me to plus 117.5. Purdue and Bama, good covers. Iowa State, not a good cover against Kansas. So, Fitz, also winning in this. We start with you. Who are your 3? 3 big dogs. Dogs. Get the dogs.
All right, we're going to go with West Virginia plus 13 against the fraudulent Oklahoma Sooners. We're going to go TCU plus 12 again for the reasons stated earlier against Texas. And then I'm going to tail Gray's pick, the Trojans getting 15.5 here.
Crazy.
At Oregon. A little scary, but
yeah.
I just like the value here for this concept of cover 3.
Week 1, you would, if you saw that, you'd be like, that's crazy. USC might win outright. Now you're like, I don't know if they're going to cover that.
Caleb Williams.
Yeah, I know, right? Caleb Williams, he went home,
cares?
snuggled with his dog.
Who cares?
He's ready. All right, Duke, what do you got?
Okay, give me Kentucky getting 11 from Bama. I think Kentucky's going to keep it close here. I think it should be a good ball game. I do expect Bama to pull it out, but 11 points is just a little too many. Give me Texas Tech. Talked about them earlier. Earlier, I got them at 8.5 because that's the line. I'm getting them at 4 because we're picking off this sheet. So I still like it at 4.
You still like it at 4.
Yeah, how about
so
that?
you must love 8.5.
I love 8.5. But that being said, you shouldn't do that if you're listening out there in the world.
Yeah.
If the line's 8.5, you should take it.
No.
But I still like it better than my other options in this format. My third pick is your Washington Huskies. It's minus 9.5. I think we're kind of into that towards the end of the year where if a team that's on that 3, 4, 5 bubble needs to run it up to move up the playoff ladder there. And you guys talked about why you like Washington. I like them for the same reason.
I like that one. That was one of mine. I'm probably going to bet it now after hearing you guys. But I was also going to take them in this format. But I'm taking all favorites, so going opposite of Fitz. And I'm going favorites that are top in the nation. I think Michigan makes a statement. Finally playing someone, they say, only minus 4.5 against Penn State. I do think they cover that by a touchdown, so I'm not getting a lot of points, but I'm just trying to hang on here. Georgia, I do think comes out and wrecks Ole Miss, minus 10.5. And then I really like Arizona against Colorado for all the things Fitz said. Colorado's still a terrible defense. Arizona 8-1 against the spread. Now Arizona has always been a dog covering those spreads, but now they're in the spotlight. They get Colorado. I think they're going to win that game by 20 plus, in my opinion. So I'm going Michigan, Georgia, Arizona for cover 3. All right, let's lock it up. Locks of the week. We ride in. We look at these records. Fitz a strong 8-2. Gray a strong 6-3-1. Duke is 3-7. Duke, Florida Atlantic again lets you down. Lose to Dilfer's UAB. I will say we all 3 lost our locks last week, but some of our records are still good.
We're the experts.
Look at it. Some of our records are still good. UCLA, Arizona over 51.5 was a loss for Fitz, and FSU had their chances. They just were kind of playing around with Pitt. Minus 21 was a loss. They did not cover that. Should have in the red zone 3 times. Turned the ball over twice, missed field goal, stuff like that. Playing around. They're just playing around. Dude, LFG.
All right, so we talked about FAU being dead to me. So is Kodak Black. I don't know if you guys have followed the news. I'm sure you guys watch a lot of Kodak news. There's he's been doing these podcasts and interviews, and he looks like he's under the influence of drugs, and not just the marijuana, but like bad ones. He just he's a mess, and maybe I should have thought about that more when I took FAU. So they're worried about my man Kodak sliding downhill. There's a lot of rappers out there like reaching out to him, trying to give him some help. So Kodak, if you're listening, and I'm sure you are, we're thinking about you.
Long time listener.
Moving on to my block of the week. It's not FAU this week, just spoiler. I am taking San Jose State Spartans -1 versus Fresno for the same reasons I mentioned earlier. I think they're just going to make a statement. They're going to pound them. 14-point victory here.
Yeah, when you took them, they pounded Hawaii in Hawaii. I rode that with you. I'm going to ride them again with you. Let's go. We ride. Fitz, give me one of your classic overs, baby.
Yeah, back to the well. Zona, UCLA, really not even close last week to give me that one. So I'm going to go to my game of the week, which is Georgia Ole Miss over 58.
Lots of points.
These guys can score. I think it's going to actually be close. Georgia might pull away at the end, but I think they'll be able to hang with them for a little bit and score.
Should be a fun game. Lane Kiffin, to me, makes college football more interesting. I don't like him necessarily, but he's interesting to me, and
Yeah.
I can't wait to watch that game.
Good. I was listening to a podcast, and they said it best. Lane Kiffin plays to win. And what I mean by that is a lot of coaches, that are playing like these Michigan, Georgias, just want to play to save face. Like they know they're going to lose. Hey, let's just run the ball, keep it close, because I don't think we're going to win. Let's not get blown out and get embarrassed. Lane Kiffin doesn't care if he gets embarrassed. Like he's going to try to win this game, like regardless of how he looks. That's what I'm saying. He's 4th and 5 on my 40. Let's go for it. I mean, our defense isn't stopping anyone. We got to score points, kind of thing.
He definitely plays to cover too.
Yeah.
He's
fun. Yeah, I agree with that. All right, going back to the Big Ten, probably going to burn me, but just watching the Penn State-Ohio State game, same thing. I think with both these teams, really, really good defenses. It's going to be back and forth. Great run defenses as well. Penn State's quarterback doesn't really air it out. J.J. McCarthy is pretty good, but I think they're going to use the run and lean on the run a lot against Penn State. And they haven't had a lot of runs over 20 yards, so I think it's going to be way under 45. Penn State, Michigan, lock it up. Let's roll. Anything to add with our locks before we wrap up here?
I would like to remind you can go to Market Movers and save 20% after a free 14-day trial. Visit marketmoversapp.com and use the promo code NOOFFSEASON.
What a deal.
And if you don't know what Market Movers is, it's a great tool to study pricing comps on sports cards, and you can see, just like a stock chart, you can see the movement up and down trends, 30-day, 60-day, 365-day trends. It's a pretty cool tool.
And a great deal.
No off-season.
No off-season. All right, and don't forget, college basketball season is here.
It's on us.
Duke
it's upon us.
In Arizona tonight. Duke is 5.5-point favorites. Take them Wildcats. Bonus giblet bet. Plus 5.5.
Let's get our VCU Rams on track.
Ooh.
Ryan Odom needs his first victory tonight.
Ooh. All right. Well, that's all for today. Good luck with your bets. Thanks to our listeners for riding with Graybos, and be sure to tune in next time. Leave us that 5-star review on Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you listen to us. We would love to hear from you as well. We out.
Graybos Giblets, part of the nooffseason.com sports card network.
Giblets.
When I go to sleep, I don't see sheep, see dollar signs. $100 got him beat the eyes for the 100th time at a money line. Brock Purdy was irrelevant, now I'm at the front like a cutting line. G5 to the power 5, Gray was on fire like it's summertime. I know they watching, I'ma make them sweat. Put your money down, place your bets. Degenerate, yeah, I'm a sicko. Who else gon' get you to the window? I know they watching, I'ma make them sweat. Put your money down, place your bets. Degenerate, yeah, I'm a sicko. Who else gon' get you to the window?